what's up guys? Wanted to make a quick little video about something I touched on briefly before, and wanted to put a bit more emphasis to it. And that is this: being fully transparent, right? Or what I like to call brutally honest does work. And in fact, it kind of works better than a lot of other sales procedures or systems or whatever you want to call it, right? So let me explain. Basically, we're reaching out to people who maybe across HomeAdvisor or whatever, right? And a lot of times we realize that the people who are going to give you their time, or at least listen, or potentially have a chance, have a chance to buy it, right? They're the same people who have tried a lot of the other shit, right? A person who's going to drop $2,000 on SEO there's a good chance they tried Yelp. There's a good chance they tried Yellow Pages. There's a good chance they tried a lot of other stuff, right? If they didn't, why would they go with something that's so much more expensive, right? We more or less kind of promise the same things, right? So what I'm trying to get to is these people, right? If there's one massive lag between most other industries, how they're reaching out to them and what you can do, it would be being brutally honest, right? So for example, if you're trying to sell AdWords, right? Instead of telling them like, hey, this is Google's platform, this is one of the best ads, they see it on the top, all the generic shit, all the shit that sounds the greatest, but it's common, right? It's common. Why don't you take them a little bit in your world, right? Explaining the main bread and butter, but in a very simplistic way. For example, instead of saying them all that stuff and just being completely honest, like, hey, look, most people are running it like this, and I can show you the data that they're running like this in Spyful. Okay. Now what we're going to do is keep things very tight, right? You can see that there's something called quality score, which is the main thing Google looks at to place people higher. This is the best, blah, 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 blah. Explain to them quality score a bit and how important it is, and then be like, all right, how we're going to achieve this is keep every single place you target very congruent, right? Your ads to your landing page, to the words you're going to be using, all that stuff is going to be in line, and that way we're going to be able to achieve a better. If they tried AdWords before, if they talked about somebody who did AdWords before, they haven't heard this, and if they do some research, they can find out. Remember, they're business owners. They're not dumb people. They are already entrepreneurs, right? Yes, a lot of them seem kind of retarded to us, the ones that get pissed off because you send them an email or some shit like that. But they are entrepreneurs to start with. So they can, when you're being fully honest, you hit some bells on the side. Maybe they've tried out something before. Maybe you bypass their bullshit filter because maybe you're just trying to actually take the time and explain to them how this thing works, right? And guess what? It pulls through. Maybe they won't buy all the time, but they will at least a lot of times give you their ear. They will tell you, okay, what you got? Let me see. How does this work? Explain it to me, right? It's crazy because why the hell not? Honesty sells, right? I'm not saying, I'm a good person, so so that's why I'm transparent. Fuck that shit, right? I'm not even trying to be that guy. I'm saying that when honesty is the one that sells, it seems like it's selling the best, then why the hell not, right? It just works. So I just wanted to put some massive emphasis on this because I think that I really believe if you're not that amazing at sales, right? Like me, I don't have that kind of and Wolf of Wall Street type, I'll like promise you the world and then just make sure that results are coming. If you have that, then obviously you don't need much of this stuff, right? But for all the people who have trouble doing the whole sales game, the easiest way to bypass all the levels and go to become like a B+ salesman is being brutally honest. You reach out to so much people, and B+ will get shit done, right? A is hard to reach, and A is you should give yourself like 3-4 years to reach A. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys, remind you guys that this is a way. Let me give you another example for SEO, right? Instead of telling them the generic shit like, hey, we can get you on the page 1 and all this stuff that people still say, explain it sell it to them of how you sold it yourself before you started learning it, right? Like when I started getting heavily into maps, how did I sell myself? Oh shit, most people looks like in the home home industry or construction industry pick over like 50-60% of them is going to pick somebody from the maps. Oh fuck, based on what other people are looking like, other SEO agencies, they're getting their clients a lot of calls from the maps, right? It's fucking important for me to get really good at ranking people in the maps. Now I sell them like the same reason why I got into learning maps. Now I'm going to just pass that on to the roofer. Like, hey, look, this data says that this many people are going to choose somebody from the maps. Once we're out there, we can expect this kind of call. I don't bullshit. I don't take their clicks, like the number of clicks that people are getting, and tell them like, yeah, this is how many people you're going to call. I'm going to say, hey, out of all the clicks you're going to get, maybe we're going to shoot for about 10 to 15% of the people that are going to call you. You sound fucking genuine, man. They don't get pitched like this normally. They get thrown at them numbers like 30,000 people are searching all the time. They say, yeah, fucking bullshit. They pass that to the side, right? When you tell them like, yeah, we're looking at about an extra 20 to 30 calls a month, in the first, after the first 3-4 months, and then after the first 6 to 8 months, that's gonna increase. You sound genuine. You're not saying thousands and thousands of calls. You sound like something that you're actually going to achieve, because that's a low enough number for them to believe, backed by a strategy that you're showing them with a pitch that they have not heard of. What, and if they go take the time and look it up, they'll see similarities to what you said, and then obviously backed by, if you have results you've gotten from other people, it's a pretty good angle to come from. All right, so leave it at that. Honesty sells. It really does.